Let
Hello,
the
everybody.
conclave begin.
That's exciting. Okay, let me go over here. Oh, look at Smokes. Looks, everybody's all in here. They're all ready to
Who we
go.
got here? Hello, everybody.
No, we're done. Oh my gosh.
So who
I
do
got
you
Stu
think?
help.
Who do you think?
Better,
Who are they going to pick for Pope?
There
Who are
we
we going to pick for Pope? Pick for
The
Pope.
conclave just started.
Everybody's waiting for the orange smoke.
They are smoking.
Now, I know we're not allowed to use research material, but I've been studying because when I heard that Rachel was going to host this, I got a book that she probably has prominently in her book collection.
Yes.
This is Rachel's book, From the Deaths of JFK and John Lennon, The Conspiracy Reader. This is basically a Rachel book.
Wow.
And then I have the Beatles and the Avant-Garde.
Ooh, that's creative. I love that. Mazzy, I've had the great privilege of being over to see Mazzy's library. It's astounding. It's world class. And if there's a Beatle book that Mazzy doesn't have, I'd be surprised.
I bet he doesn't have this one.
Yeah.
All right, that's fantastic. Okay, now, I don't want any. Hold on, now. I don't want any. Listen, I don't want any spoilers. Now, Harry, describe how the contest, how we're going to do this thing.
Okay, so you're going to first off, I want to thank Rachel and Mazzy for doing this. It was just kind of a spur of the moment idea, and so thank you for doing this.
Thank you.
And Rachel came up with the questions. Mazzy and I have no idea what she's going to ask us.
Yeah.
She's going to ask the question. We're both going to write it down, our answer, and then we're both going to show our answer at the same time.
I love the format. Now, listen, I'm going to do a little preamble on both these guys. They're both Beatle people. They're both Beatle experts in their own right. You know, see what I did there in their own right? That's a John Lennon reference.
I don't consider myself, though.
There are no flies on Frank.
I don't consider myself detail-oriented, and I get dates and things wrong. If you're going to ask me a date, I'm not going to get it probably.
Well, I wouldn't date you anyways.
Exactly.
Well, you're not my type.
Anyway, the point is both you guys in your own, to your own credit, I mean, really know your Beatles stuff. So there's a lot of knowledge. What these two guys don't know, it's not worth reporting on, Mark, Lewis, John. But it's good to see all the peanut gallery. It's good to have you out there.
Let me ask you this. If I make something up better than the real answer, do I get points?
We may give you
Mazzy bucks.
We'll give you a Mazzy buck.
Wow, I haven't heard that term in a while.
So it's going to, I really love this format, Maz, because it takes the pressure off you. Like, you know, sometimes you're not like, not you personally, but, you know, sometimes when people throw it out, you go, whoa, 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 whoa. And the first guy goes, I know what it is, blah, blah, blah. Now, peanut gallery, I know you're all Beatle experts. Don't be sharing the answer when the question goes out. You kids got to be quiet, okay? Don't be giving the answers away. We want these old Dodgers up here to come up with their own answer, all right?
There is no prize, but really, no prize could be better than this.
Well, yeah, there you got the legendary Ghost State. Miscongeniality, I might add, a very popular word, hotly contested. Hotly contested.
Okay.
Name that tune. So anyway, the questions go like, I'll do something like this. Who wrote this book? And then you would go right down your thing. Notice
you have to have it in the right order.
Oh, very nice. And so for an extra point, we could do like an extra.
You know, when you look it up, it always says David Bacon et al.
Et al. Oh, that's
they don't say David Bacon and Norman Maslow. So I'm like off the page.
Like bacon.
Frank, you'll know every answer. So Frank, you got to go. Sure.
Hello, Frank.
Give it as a take, the same as Wolfie. You guys know your Beatles stuff. I'm just saying.
Mr. Sticker Mania, you have to learn to spell quiet if you're going to be quiet, okay? So.
Oh, smokes. What did you say? Quiet. Well,
that would be quit.
Quite right. Quite right.
Yeah,
right.
so please, no comments until after. Don't answer the question before we
stuff all right.
You can type, I know, but don't say what it is.
Now I'm nervous, actually, because I don't know the detail. I said to Harry and Rachel, when we wrote that book, we did a lot of radio. We did this trivia thing in Sheffield, England, but I didn't participate. My writing partner, David Bacon, is the detail guy, and he came in second in 1980 Sheffield, I think behind Mark Lewison I didn't even participate because David knows the details. I'm like the color commentary guy. I can make shit up and talk wonderfully flowery about the Beatles, but I don't really know all the details. So I wouldn't bet on me for this.
Okay, shall we start with question number 1?
Oh. Yeah, sure. But keep in mind, guys, that, Harry's no slouch when it comes to this. Believe you me, Harry's a Beatle fan, just like Mazzy and I are, and many of you.
Yeah, but I've lost a lot of brain cells.
Who the hell has
it? You smoke pot. I don't. So there you go.
And I'd be voting Trump. So, we all have our struggles. Okay, here we go.
Question the conclave begins.
Okay, now don't give anything away. Okay.
Now, in Canada, they call this a battle royale.
A battle royale. Yeah, you can emphasize that way. Question number 1. Here we go. Gentlemen, what was the name of the lad who requested a copy of My Bonnie at Brian Epstein's NEM store? The story turned out to be made up by Brian Epstein's assistant, Alistair Taylor, but this is disputed. We'll get into that after, but I need the name of the young lad. So there's a hint. It is a boy.
Okay, and, I'm ready.
Take your time. As soon as you feel you're ready to write the name out. Okay, you ready, Mazzy? Let's reveal your answers, contestants. Okay, we've got, hi, Mom, Alan. Hi, Mom, Ellen. Okay, Raymond Jones, we're going to the first question is going to go to Mazzy.
We are the champions, my friend.
So the story goes that Alistair Taylor, Epstein's assistant, he tells the story. He says, actually, it didn't happen. There was no Raymond Jones. I just kind of made it up at the thing. It was an interesting, colorful kind of take because nobody was buying this record. We wanted to get copies in. Maybe we're missing out on something. So this is what I did. The other thing that happened was Mark Lewis Jones says, no, actually, there was a Raymond Jones. They wrote a nice letter to him, the Epstein, people, and said, relax, it's okay, kid. And what the hell?
Wait, I need to go get my Letraset kit for Tom.
I should use one of my wife's fountain pens if I want to.
When you're writing shit down, you're not worried about penmanship. Okay.
Anyway, so Sue, the official. Can I see the official scorecard? I'll hold it up to everybody. Okay, the official.
Is that better? Is that better?
Tom, that's beautiful. There's Mazzy with a big one. Harry, unfortunately,
I'm the underdog.
That's all right. Let's see how we do. Question number 2. And this is a related question. Guys, the Beatles were known for giving nicknames to people within their social sphere. What nickname did they give to good old Alistair, the assistant to Mr. Epstein? He had a nickname. Take your time. Just this is that.
I'm beginning to think I picked the wrong person for the host here.
Well, no, they're going to be a mix. We got some easier stuff. But Alistair was, the Fabs, they give nicknames to all the, little circle. So we're going to get that. Come on. Alex Sticky, I love you. How the hell are you? Oh, boy, it's great to see everybody. Boy, Rich found some down.
I'm doing, what do they call when someone does a Hail Mary? I'm doing a Hail Mary.
You're going to go back deep? Yeah, okay.
Let's see.
I'm going to give you a hint. I'm going to give you both a hint because it looks like a tough one. This guy, Alistair, was like a gopher. So if there was something,
don't give us hints.
Okay. Well, all right. He was like a gopher.
We get it or we don't get it.
Okay, kids. Okay. Are you ready to reveal your answers? Question number.
Wait a minute.
Okay, I'm giving the Hail Mary.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want? We did Mazzy first last time. Here we go first last this time. Reveal.
Yeah, we'll just do it at the same time.
Okay. Reveal. Hi, Mom. Ali, the greatest. The straight breeze. Beatle.
The straight brother.
The straight brother. No,
he's not I'm like Epstein's brother, but he's not Epstein's brother.
Alistair Taylor's nickname was. Okay, now we'll turn it to the audience because the audience can have some fun participating.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Come on,
Mr.
Frank.
Sticker Mania. Do you remember? Yeah,
Mr. Fix-It,
look
yeah.
at this.
I forgot about that. I didn't know.
can't
Wow.
look it up. Make
Very
Frank
good,
comment
Frank.
below.
Very good.
Put it up on screen, Harry.
That's
Click
why
on
Frank
it.
gets the big bucks for this.
Wow.
Come on,
Let's
work
see
that.
here.
Work that button. There it
Look
is.
at that.
Mr. Fix It. That was his
Okay,
name.
let's give Frank a point at the bottom there.
Because like the Fabs want some cigarettes, or they needed something done, and he'd hey, give it to Alistair, Mr. Fix It. Okay.
See, I would have figured that would have been Mal's job.
Okay, we've had a couple of tough ones. Now let's see how you kids do with this one. So Brian Epstein was managing the
Queenie. Oh, I'm sorry.
Queenie. The NEMS store. What does NEMS stand for? ENEMS.
It's Norman Edward Maslov.
Well, write it down in the form of a question. Okay, just write it on your little card. NEMS. These terms are thrown around, but we don't always take time to memorize them, see what they are.
I'm ready.
Okay, gentlemen, reveal. North End Music Store, North End Music. Bingo, you got it. You're both.
Oh,
right.
no, he didn't. He had NEM.
I know.
He had NEM.
Okay, so we'll go to our arbitrator. Sue, would you give it to Mazzy? He just went NEM, so he didn't get the S.
Oh, no, I think they're both right.
We feel you're both right. A point each.
Yeah.
Very
Point
good,
each.
gentlemen. All right. Holy, so you kids are doing pretty good here. And that second one was to Mr. Fix It, right? Okay, now this is going to be another, it could be tough, okay?
Okay.
Name the two Liverpool stores the Fabs bought their instruments at. Now, you'll get a point for each store. So if you only can come up with one of them, that's fine. But if you get both, we're going to get them a point for each.
I have one.
Okay, that's fine. And Harry, how you doing? Hi, Bobby.
I'm doing pretty good. How are you doing?
Okay, let's see how we do. And anytime both guys miss, we'll throw it out to the audience. You kids can jump in. Okay, somebody block out fake mail because he's being a dank. Don't be a dank mail. It's not the real Mr. Mail. Hey, Sam, how you doing, buddy? Okay. So the question is, we'll repeat the question. Gentlemen, name the two Liverpool stores the Fabs both at instruments at.
Okay, ready?
Yeah. Go ahead. The reveal. On Tap Center in Sweetwater. Frank Hesse's or Hesse's Music Store. Absolutely right. 1 point for Mazzy.
Okay.
You didn't study. It's in the book.
That was probably in the book.
It is in the book.
Yeah. Okay.
Nothing for Harry.
Nothing for Harry. And Rushworth and Drevers, where they got their keyboards from.
Oh.
So that was picked up. So they went out to both.
Is that where they got the Vox? I guess.
Yeah, they go out and get old. Okay, so Mazzy, what's our current score? Can we look at the scoreboard for those keeping tabs at home? Currently, let me look. I got to look at myself on this. I'm gone. I got to go on StreamYard. There we go. So currently, Beatles Trivia, Harry won. Hey, you're on the board. Mazzy with 3. All is well. And he said he'd be no good at this.
Now I got to figure out how to get rid of his. There we go.
Okay, this is a tough one. I think this could be tough. I'm into genealogy. People watch the old show know that I love genealogy, and that means tramping around a bunch of cemeteries. My question is, what cemetery was Brian Epstein laid to rest in?
Oh my goodness, come on.
Yeah. Well, it's trivia for kids. We got tough Beatle people out there. They want the best. They don't want to know. Oh, well, it'll be coming up later on the show. Nick, I love you, DJ.
I'm describing it more than I'm telling the name of it.
Okay, so. Can you do it in a picture? We'll put it on the fridge, man. We're going to put a little picture on the fridge for Mazzy. Okey smokes. Make us proud, Harry Surface.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay. Gentlemen, card reveal. Jewish Cemetery, Liverpool. Harry doesn't know. You know what, Mass? I'm going to give Mazzy. I feel he should have half a point. The actual name is Long Lane.
That's right.
Long Lane Jewish Cemetery. So Mazzy, he didn't get Jewish Cemetery. He didn't get Long Lane.
And they had the reception right near Abbey Road at the Jewish synagogue.
He should get half a point.
That's in my book. Half a point.
Martin McGrath, Martin McFartin, whatever. Anyway, yeah, you know your stuff, kid. All right.
Can you get rid of that fucker, Martin?
Get rid of fucker, Harry. All right. Holy smokes. This next one. Oh, boy. I'm hitting you kids hard.
Yes.
But, they lighten up. They get a little easier, but, it's not easy. Yeah. Hey, Chuito. How you doing, Rachel? Wait a little to see if the Peanuts knows it. Well, The thing is that the two boys got to go. If nobody gets it.
Well, Mazzy only got it halfway.
Mazzy got to. Oh yeah, you're right. You know what I'm going to do? That's right, Caesar. Next time, if Mazzy gets a half point, I'll say, okay, Peanuts, tell him what the full thing is.
Well, if you're saying he's got a half point, you have to explain why. So
now, what we could do, and this is a possibility.
Yeah,
we could do a follow-up to this with the winner going against Mr. Sticker Mania.
Oh, he would beat me.
He'd kill anybody.
He'd beat me. I mean, that's fine.
Maybe a Wriggler would have a chance.
I would try, but he would. If I win, I would try, but he would beat me definitely.
Okay, thank you for that.
But I'm 70 years old, and I don't.
He's not a kid anymore. Hey, but isn't Mazzy looking great, everybody? I just realized the kids all clean shaven.
I haven't had no goatee in 6 or 7 years.
You look like 50, man. You look like you're 50. Or late 40s. Late 40, I'm going to give you.
Well,
it'll last for a few weeks. I'll get tired of shaving.
Okay, so we're going to go there. Frank would destroy us all. Fluffy, you're so right. Frank freaking knows his stuff. Okay.
Frank and Joe Mayo, yeah.
Let's move along now. Question number 6. Okay, ready, boys?
We got 25 of these?
Yeah, 25. Name in order the first 3 Beatle albums released in Canada. In order, 3 albums. The first 3 Beatle albums.
And I have them.
Both of you have them. Both of you have them. This is Canadian content.
Wow.
You seniors know what I mean. Holy smokes.
God, I don't know as much about the Beatles as I thought I did.
You know a lot about the Beatles. Holy smokes. DJ Vano, Scotty's in shock. Oh my God, Rachel, what the hell kind of question are you asking? Just settle down. It's all beautiful.
I'm trying to, I can picture them too.
Yeah, just picture them. Take your time. I've got all the time in the world.
Can you call a lifeline?
And you know what? On this one,
my lifeline would be Mazzy.
Hey, yeah, wouldn't that be great? We're going to give you we're going to give you a point for each album you're able to name.
Yeah.
It's kind of interesting because some of what they did plays off of the American album.
Tell Bobby to shush.
Bobby, you got to shush. Don't tell anybody.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, and then so Bobby, I'll reference that these are the first 3 Capitol releases in Canada. Okay, Capitol Canada, the official Beatles catalog. Okay, none of that VJ nonsense. All right, gentlemen, are you ready? Mazzy, take your time if you need it.
I don't think I got it.
So we get a point for each one that's correct.
Yeah, you got a point for each one that's correct of these things. And if you get them all, you get an extra point if you get them in order. With the Beatles, All My Loving and Pet Sounds, totally grace. Twist and Shout and All My Loving. Ladies and gentlemen, Harry gets a half point. This is tough. Harry's getting half point with the Beatles. Vinyl Community, here it is. We've got Mr. Sticker Mania with the really
Beatlemania, exactly.
Beatlemania, but what's the full title? Beatlemania
with the Beatles.
With the Beatles, and so that's the first one.
So I got one then.
Twist and Shout. Mazzy gets a half point as well.
Let's see Harry's thing. Twist and Shout.
Yeah, Twist and Shout. All My Love and Pet Sounds are both wrong.
So Mazzy gets a full point.
So Mazzy gets one. He got
Twist and Shout.
Oh, Twist and Shout. He gets a full point. Yeah, full point for Mazzy. Half point for Harry.
Okay. You know what's funny? I'm great at picturing images in my mind, but not the words. So I have those albums, but I just didn't. I forgot
what the hell's idea was this, anyways?
That's
a good question. Harry, that's a good question, but anyway.
Okay, so Frank, here's the thing, though. You're wrong about the order. It's Beatlemania with the Beatles, Then came Twist and Shout. And then the Beatles' third album that came out was Long Tall Sally, because in America they called it the Beatles' second album.
You know, I almost wrote with the Beatles. And I thought, no, they didn't repeat, and so it was wrong. My first instinct. I need to write my instinct down anyway.
His instincts are strong.
Let's show this scoreboard.
So if you look at the okay, here we go. It's getting complex. It's 4.5 to 1.5 for Mazzy currently. These are early days. We got 25 to go. But you know, if they called it, it's the same album cover, but they called it Long Tall Sally. They couldn't call it the second album, even though the cover is identical. The font, the pictures they chose, everything is identical. I should have brought the albums up to do a quick show for you guys. I thought you'd get this. Okay, that'll teach.
I'm going to have to use some distractions here on this one.
Okay, now boys.
I don't know if I have enough sticky notes here, but anyway.
Okay.
I don't have a whiteboard like Harry.
Okay, this is going to have another bonus part to it.
Okay.
Gentlemen, who took this photo? Who took this photo?
Oh shit.
Okay. Number two, where was this photo taken?
Jeez.
And number three.
I picked the wrong person to host this show.
See, it's like them. They're happy. Okay. I had a third part for this.
What's the third part?
Oh, and what this was originally taken for a magazine. And name the magazine for the third point. DJ Final Vertical Study. It's not shite. Bloody hell.
Hold on a second.
So who took the photo? Where was the photo taken? And what magazine was this photo taken for?
It's for
here. Okay, I'm ready.
Hold on. I'm ready. Mazzy, just take us time. Listen, this will just settle down. We're just all relaxing. Okay.
I should know the photographer because I don't know that guy.
I know it's a photographer. I thought this would be a shooting because you're.
I know, and it's not. It's before Robert Freeman, and it's.
I'm going to give you a hint. She passed away in 2020. She passed away in 2020. There was a little bit of a some heat on it. You know, the people remembered her taking the photo and everything.
Okay, ready?
Hold on.
Give me a chance. Marcus Thompson, this is better than simple cookie cutter Beatle questions. Of course, these guys are good. The magazine in question was Teen Beat. It said they're taking the picture's taken on a wall, and Astrid Kretschner took it. It's done in Liverpool, and it's Harry's Mercy Seat.
Mercy Beat.
I'm sorry, Harry's Mercy Beat magazine. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiona Adams. Adams took the photo, and it was taken in London at bombed out Euston Station. Okay, Euston, if you've ever been to London, Euston Station is a big thing. And of course, the year is like 1963.
Read out their answers.
Oh, I forgot.
And then
can anybody name the magazine? I gave two out. What's the magazine? Vinyl Community. Can anybody remember the magazine she took the photos for?
Is it a U.S. or a British magazine?
It would have been a British magazine then.
Because they're not quite big.
It wasn't Life magazine because it's too early.
That's a trick question.
It could have been.
And I thought it was Mercy Beat, but I'm.
Okay. Does anybody know the magazine?
What's the one where it says Beatles top the pole? What magazine was that?
That's
Mercy Beat.
Yeah. That's Bill Harry's Mercy Beat. That's what.
Here's your clue. They've already made it to London. They're already broken free of Liverpool. They're doing a photo shoot in London. Not Melody Maker. No. In fact, the name of the magazine is just absolutely hilarious.
That's a weird name for a magazine. Absolutely.
After the day, I'm sure Mazzy is going to strip all the Beatles posters frames off as well. Okay, I'm going to tell you, as this strikeout.
I think Tom R is right. Playboy.
No, you know what it was? Close. It was Boyfriend Magazine.
Oh,
Boyfriend Magazine. Fiona.
Come on, Tom. You must have copies of that.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to pick the next 25 questions, and I'm going to make Rachel answer.
I told you, listen, I told you I'd throw some,
this is, you sound like Trump. You complain about the person giving the questions when you don't like the answers, Harry.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, question number 8. Gentlemen, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. George Harrison visited his older sister Louise in the United States in 1963. For 2 points, name the city and the state she was living in. Okay.
Oh, God.
Now, this can't be too tough. Very famous. It's kind of a softballer for you. George is in America. Where did he go? Did he see the Statue of Liberty? Did he go to Golden
And he
State?
actually played.
They played. Did he go to Michigan S? New York? Okay, Peanut Gallery, tell them who they are. Oh, so Dan B, Rachel, you're bringing the heat 98 pounds.
Ohio.
No.
Get the chat.
Okay, Mr. Sticker Mania, can you read that one and put her up there, Harry? Again, correct.
Oh, man.
Yes. Benton, Illinois.
You're really good on the Google, aren't you?
Okay. No, he knows this stuff, Frank. Google.
Very good, Frank. Very good.
That was good. That wasn't too bad. That was a 2
What club did George play? George actually played with a band on that visit. What club was it in?
I don't know.
It was in an Elks Club, I believe.
Elks Club. All right. Oh, this is a cute one. Okay. Are you guys ready for this? This is something that really stuck out for me because I've seen the clip many times. It makes me laugh. I love the Beatles. Okay. Question number 9. George Harrison stated that his favorite, quote, girl movie star was what actress? He stated this on the 1964 Beatles appearance on the Ready, Steady, Go TV show in the UK. George Harrison's favorite actress.
I'm going to get this wrong, I know, but.
Just take your time. Harry, just take your time. Don't feel bad about this. Ready, Steady, Go. Oh, God. I didn't realize I'd be hurting Harry with these questions.
You know, your mind goes in different places. It doesn't pull out the stuff that you've known and you don't remember it. So
this question is good. Thank you, Patrick.
Oh.
Yeah, hold on.
Can I put 2 questions down?
Maybe. Let's see how it works out. Holy smokes.
Are we ready?
Wait a minute.
Wait, Harry's still working.
It's one of these 2, and I think it's the second one.
That's what I put 2 also. Ready?
No, they're both doing 2. They're both doing 2.
They both do 2.
Raquel Welch, Sophia Loren, and Margaret Sophia Loren. Whoa, gentlemen. No, George Harrison famously and comedically intoned that his favorite actress was who?
Sophie Tucker. Sophie Tucker.
No.
I have a Sophie Tucker autograph.
Well,
you would.
Harry, you've got everybody. You even had a Trump autograph, which you kindly sent out the house.
Well, I had to. We did an exorcism.
Yes, and how he haunts my dreams. Okay, does anybody... Hey, Tom Rochon with a trivia question. Does anybody know what I had for lunch yesterday?
Tuna.
Richard Bardot. Brian goes, Richard Bardot. We got Mae West. Karen Carpenter. Come on, kids. Keep trying. This is a Ready, Steady, Go.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Phyllis Diller. I would probably not even use that. It could be copyright, right?
Ava Braun.
The answer is Patricia Ann Boyd. No. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like, nope, not Doris Day. The answer is Margaret Rutherford. Of course, she was the elder. She played Miss Marple. And of course, when George Harrison said Margaret Rutherford, everybody cracked up laughing because here you have the young, 20-year-old George Harrison talking about Margaret Rutherford, who at that time would have been in her 70s.
I was expecting questions like, what do they call their haircut?
Yeah.
How did you find America?
Yeah,
come on.
How did they find America?
You turn left at Greenland.
Just go with it. Right. I'm disappointed. I don't know the answers, but I'm not bitching about the questions or the questioner.
Okay. Get this
out, Harry.
That's because you're winning.
Oh man. Okay, get number 10. Okay, now Peanut Guy. I don't think either one of these guys is going to get this, but this is something I always noticed myself in the movie Help. There are a number of comic books on Paul's keyboard. When they're in the apartment scene there and John, they got the little teeth clicking away, doing the gardeners in there. Paul's on his keyboard, and there's a bunch of comic books on there, and the titles are clearly visible in terms of what they are. So in the movie Help, there are a number of comic books on Paul's keyboard. They're all from one title. So they're all a collection of one kind of comic book.
Okay.
can you name the title? And if you need a hint, I'll give you one because this is, something you may never have thought about.
Don't give us a hint. No
Is
hint.
it Marvel or DC?
No, see,
Yeah, that's the hint I could give you. But.
no, because I have the hint. I don't have the comics.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm
Maybe
going
I
to
get
say.
a quarter point for a hint. No, for
I'm going to say.
Okay, just take your time. Barry's got to write this down. You're so
Mazzy's
eager.
flashing.
Mazzy, don't get too excited.
Don't show your cards.
Don't show your
Mazzy.
cards.
Okay, ready? Go.
You never make it in Vegas. Okay, what do we got?
We can see your card. Mazzy.
DC Comics, Fantastic Four. DC Comics is the hint. It's a DC comic book.
Yeah.
Okay. Now go deeper than that. I can't give you a point for just saying DC. You got to go deeper.
Superman.
Okay.
Well, Harry's already shown his Fantastic Four. So
okay, Harry didn't get it.
No.
Okay, Fantastic Four, Superman. No, because now it's DC, so we allowed him one more shot with the hint, right? I even allowed for the hint. It's a tough question. I oriented to it because I'm such a comic book collector. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at help, they are all Jimmy Olsen comic books. He's got about 5 or 6 of them up there. They're multicolored and they show up beautifully.
That's because Jimmy Olsen was a ginger.
He was a ginger.
I was going to say Beano.
Yeah. So Jimmy Olsen, those are the ones on the keyboard now. You can look at the scene, you'll find that they're all Jimmy Olsens. All right. Let's move on.
Wait, let's look at the scoreboard.
Oh, okay.
Nobody gets a point on that one.
Okay. Well
Maybe we shouldn't look at the scoreboard.
Oh, no, now come on, guys. Okay, so Mazzy 4.5 to 1.5 for Harry.
Wow.
And Sue,
That's about what I was expecting, to be honest.
Since can you rewrite that as 4.5 in regular numerals kind of thing?
No.
Can we go alpha? No, you don't. You fight me on this?
I'll
This is say, oh, you've told that down.
Well,
All right.
Have we've been here for what, half hour? Have they picked a pope yet?
No, just hang on. We're Jewish here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's keep moving along. My gum. Okay, question number. Let's go. Okay, go say how many. Oh. Question number 11. Boys, name the date and location of the Beatles' final live concert before retiring to the studio to record future albums. Okay. So this is when the Beatles started their initial run of touring, and they headed onto the studio. Where was that final concert held, and what was the date?
Oh, man.
This is going to be challenging. Okay. Ricks goes, this one's easy. Come on. Hi, Rochelle. Okay, take your time, Mazzy. Mazzy, I know she gets so impetuous and excited. When you were in school and the teacher would ask a question, like who was Moses, and you'd be the kid.
No, I wasn't that kid. Believe me.
I had a drum lesson that night.
I wasn't.
Were you that kid? Okay. What do we got? 1966, San Francisco Cow Palace, August 18th. January 30th, 1969, rooftop at Savile Row. Oh, ow, ooge. No, I'm so sorry, Mazzy. Maybe the question was off. Harry's got the right idea. It was August 29th, 1966 at Candlestick Park.
What did you say? What
Here's
question?
the question. Here's how I put it. Okay, baby.
I know that answer. Yeah. If that was the question,
I know you do. Name the date and location of the Beatles' final live concert before retiring to the studio to record future albums. Plural.
I missed the last part. Okay,
I
would have got that.
Pay attention.
August 29th.
Okay.
Monday night, Candlestick Park.
Yes.
I had a drum lesson. I know that.
You know what's so bizarre about that? I think it was worded correctly, Rach. I think you did okay.
You added that extra thing at the end that kind of threw me off.
I tried to set the thing for it, right? So it was because, they stopped touring famously, and then they went into the studio, and they became because they got tired of the mania, right?
No, I know.
All right.
We know.
You know the story, Okay, so that was kind of an easy one. Oh, here's a good one. This could be an easy one. I don't know. Name the abandoned airfield the Beatles performed "I Am the Walrus" at for the film Magical Mystery Tour.
Yeah, I gotta go walk the dog. I think Daddy Bog is right.
Okay, name the abandoned airfield that the Beatles shot the video for "I Am the Walrus." It was all part of the Magical Mystery Tour film. Take your time, guys.
I'm ready.
Okay, Chuito, God bless you, man. I wish you every health and strength and healing. Yeah, horrible. My mom had an aneurysm back in 1994. And, you know, it takes quite a while, depending on them, to heal and recover. The beauty of things is as science continues to move, and Mazzy, as you know, Mazzy and I are all about the science. We know that cures and good things are happening. So bless you, Chuito. We love you, and look after yourself. Don't you go anywhere on us. Okay, gentlemen, are we ready to reveal on this one? This is the
yes. Let's go.
Okay, let's take a look. What the fuck? West Malling Airfield in Kent, England. Norman Maslow with the win.
It's in the book. It's in the book. I've been there. I've been there. I've been there.
Of course, you wrote the damn book.
If only I had this damn book.
Yeah, the picture. Show the audience the picture in the book.
Oh, the picture. It's magical mystery.
It's in the day tripping section. It's in the day tripping section.
It's not in the dingle.
I don't know.
Oh, come on. Oh,
I don't believe half the people. I think the one guy that knew what he was talking about was the guy, the bacon guy.
David Bacon.
Oh, David, he was the brains of the team. Come on. That was horrible.
Yeah. You know what? I think my book was missing that page.
Hey, read the Stonehenge section because we were on mushrooms when we wrote it.
Yeah, they were a little high for that part.
It's true.
You know what I like about Mazzy's book? There's a lot of nude photos in here, which is
not in mine.
You got the B version of it. I'm telling you. This thing's just
the Beaver version of it.
The Beaver version.
The B version.
Look, I'm over at Ringo's
the
house.
Beaver version. That's the Canadian version.
You know, this really truly is a great book. You can't find anything in it when you need it, but
there is a table of contents.
Check it out if you can get a copy. They're hard to get, but head on eBay, grab one. All right, 1982, I believe it was the year, Mass, for your book.
Yes.
All right, boys and girls, let's continue on with things. So, Mazzy, another point for Mazzy. Wes Malling for the win there. Okay. Okay. Now maybe this is one you'll get.
Maybe.
This could be an easy one. Question number 13. Who did the Beatles dedicate the film Help to? You can see a little note to it at the end of the film.
I know that one.
All right. There you go. I had to throw him a bone. You know, a lot of people say I don't have that.
Ready?
No.
Okay, take your time.
And for 2 parts, there should be a second part to that question.
What would you like the second part to be, Harry?
No, I'll tell you after we show
okay, okay. And
come on, she makes the questions up. You're trying to change the questions.
Okay. Yes.
The second part was, what did they invent?
Yes, Mazzy's.
Well, then I got it. I got both of them.
I said there should be. There wasn't, though.
Okay.
See, now you want to change it. Do I get 2? Do I get 2 points?
Wow.
No.
I'm pivoting.
Greedy. Don't be greedy.
Mazzy, I showed your book.
They're eating the cats. They're eating the dogs.
Oh, God. Okay, listen, you characters. So 1 point each for the boys. Elias Howe, and he did invent the sewing machine. And his dates are 1819 to, I believe, 1845. He did not extend his life for a particularly long time. Spring Hill, hold on. I got to do a big shout out to Spring Hill Jim. Spring Hill Jim, for all the craziness that you do, I want to tell you that your drumming, like I just love that video he did of Every Day is Sunday. Jim sent it to me. It is that good. It really is. So much fun, and I really enjoyed it. You're having fun. You're in the groove, and it's a great little video. So I showed the people on my Patreon stream last. I just wanted to give you a shout out on Jim. Remember, folks, there's no such thing as a bad boy. Okay, remember, Boys Town. Okay, let's move it along. Okay, here we go. Okay.
Thank you, Wolfie.
Okay, guys, get this. What do you think is the Beatles' top selling single of all time?
We already discussed this.
All right. Well, maybe it might be in the category of an easy Harry type question.
Now, is this worldwide or America?
It could be however you want to work it. If it charts, it's going to work. It's the top seller.
Okay.
Look, he's doing a Kruskin. He's got a Kruskin going. His mind is transferring the power.
And actually, my friend Ed Hamill says that this song is like higher math. It's so good.
Oh. She loves you. Yeah. And she loves you. Hey Jude in the USA. The number one most selling of all time, early days. I'm going to give you guys 1 point for She Loves You because that was the contestant for a long time. She Loves You dead. Okay. But the biggest selling of all time with over 9 million sold is Hey Jude back.
No, that's in the US. Worldwide, the biggest selling single is She Loves You.
Okay, well, that's why I say it always gets a little complicated with numbers. That's why I say we give you a point for the She Loves You.
Apparently, Mr. Sticker got it wrong there.
I want to hold your gland. Oh my God, that's adult, Frank. I want to hold your hand. She Loves You was the best-selling single 63, and the Beatles' all-time best-selling single UK was the best-selling single of any artist in the UK for 14 years until Mulligan Tire.
Mulligan is a great song, I think.
Excuse me, I need it.
Yeah.
In the U.S., girls' school.
Well, Mazzy's under pressure. Quickly, just take your time, folks.
Quick. While he can't answer. Quick.
Yeah. Oh, quick, go. Here we go. All right, let's get back in the tank here. You guys are doing good, quite frankly. A lot of these are tough.
Let's leave Frank out of this, okay?
Okay.
No, let me be Frank.
Okay, wait. Oh, okay. Get this. What was the last Beatles album ever engineered by Norman Hurricane Smith? And for a bonus point, what was John Lennon's nickname for Norman Hurricane Smith? Final album that he engineered for the Fab Four. He did them all. He did them all from Please Please Me all the way up to a certain point. Yeah. So the last one is significant because it was the final.
I don't have the bonus one. I forgot. I know that answer, but I can't remember the bonus part.
Yeah.
But I know the record.
I know. Yeah, it's a tough question there.
Okay. Hold on. What do we got? The White Album. Rubber Soul. Again, Mazzy correct with Rubber Soul.
And Jeff Emmerich comes in for Revolver. That really changed the sound.
Yeah, it's he left. He did Rubber Soul, completed it, and then he went off.
What would you say?
Yeah, 1972.
What was the nickname? Isn't some Norman?
Okay, now for Peanut Gallery, can you help us out? What was his nickname that John Lennon gave him? And he wrote a book about it.
Norman.
He wrote a book about it, and the title of the book is called "John Lennon Called Me."
Oh, call me Normal. Normal.
Yes. Yes. 40 man.
Do I get an extra?
No,
bonus?
because it bypassed you. We went into the audience.
Okay. All right. Fair. I'm not arguing. I'm not one of these. Like, yeah.
I'm doing it dark.
Okay, I don't know what the hell's going on, but it looks like 8.5.
Is that?
8.5, 4.5. I changed to dartboard style.
Yeah, because it's
wait. Does Susie have a slide rule in front of her?
I tell you, this is pretty nonsensical. But
does anybody know what a slide rule is? Even
it's 8.5 to 4.5. Yeah. So John,
an abacus,
normal, right?
Oh my God, normal. Okay. I have that book.
Okay, Steven says, I feel like I walked in the wrong room with this. Like a quantum physics lecture brought a knife to the gunfight. Holy smokes, look at those points. But we're working on it. Affectionately referred to, Rick Scos, affectionately referred to as Normal by the band, as a humorous reference to his leisurely, calm, likable, affable nature. The last album he recorded was Rubber Soul, and during his career. And of course, he later went on to produce Pink Floyd. Holy smokes.
Does Rick's have like the Wikipedia copy Beatle page?
No, he doesn't need it. He's the Beatles England.
No, that stuff's not in there. It's not that type of book.
I know. I'm just having fun with it. All right, let's see how we're getting along now.
Not very well.
Okay, get this. Okay, 1964, Ringo famously he's got his tonsils out. He's going to miss a number of dates with the band. He rejoins the band in Australia, and in the interim, a youngster named Jimmy Nicol comes in to help out. How many gigs did Jimmy Nicol play with the Fab Four? How many gigs did Jimmy Nichols?
I don't.
Any question about Stuart Sutcliffe? He's my favorite Beatle. Rachel, have you seen a fantastic movie? Listen, my friend.
Okay.
I got it. This is a self-portrait of Stu Sutcliffe right there, my friend. Believe you me, we're all Beatle people here.
I don't know this one. I'm just guessing.
Okay.
Yeah,
How many gigs did Jimmy Nichols play? 4, 5. The true answer is 8. Would you guys be good going with closest to?
No.
Nope.
No.
It's got to be on or not.
Yeah, I'm not trying to take points I don't deserve. So I'm.
I just wanted to get Harry.
I believe in actual
Do I get a point for
voting.
participation?
That there's no
I think
fake
we're going to
voting.
give you a participation medal, Harry. Holy smokes!
And then you didn't let the chat figure.
Oh, I'm sorry, chat. Okay, well, let's go to this.
I think Frank is right.
Oh, now settle down. Now get this. Did you know that Jimmy Nichols actually inspired a Beatles song? Name that song, boys.
Is this one of the questions?
It's a question.
Jimmy Nicol inspired a Beatles song.
Yes.
I'm looking through you.
No, you know
That's what I was
that's
thinking. You
that's
won't
a
see
keen
me.
answer again.
Hold on. A second. Me, would have been 60.
No giving answers out. Don't read the comments because
I'm not looking.
No.
don't read anything in the peanut gallery.
Inspired.
I just saw it in the peanut gallery. So
Can
I'm
you
going to write
just
it
tell
down.
us what album the song was on?
What?
What album was the song on?
Well, we're not going to give you a hint.
I wrote down what I couldn't help it, but don't give it to me if I'm right.
I don't
That's
know.
not a point. I don't deserve this. Is that it?
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't give it to me because I glanced at the peanut gallery, you fuckers.
So, Jim, please retain your excitement. Just wait, because if these guys don't get a question, then I'll turn it to you.
I don't deserve it. And I'm not a cheater, so I just want to acknowledge that to you too.
Yeah. So I didn't know that he had played a part in that.
That's the first I've heard.
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Here's the riff.
That sounds like fake news to me. Did you learn that from Trump?
No, listen. Here's the story. During Nichols' brief time with the Beatles, Lennon McCartney would often ask him how he felt he was coping. You know, how you making out? You doing all right? And his reply would usually be, "It's getting better." 3 years later, McCartney was walking his dog Martha with Hunter Davies. Who's Hunter Davies, guys?
The official
He's
biographer.
the author of the first Beatle biography.
The official biographer of the Beatles, exactly. Who is writing the only
I get a point for that?
No, neither of you do.
Okay.
When the sun came out, McCartney remarked that the weather was getting better, and he began to laugh, remembering Jimmy Nicol. This event inspired the song Getting Better on 1967's Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. Okay, now number 18, question 18. This is one near and dear to me. What James Bond film gives mention to the Beatles? What James Bond film gives mention of the Beatles? The Beatles are discussed in a James Bond film.
I like that you opened up to things that are related to the 60s too. That's good.
Yeah, well, listen, we were all children of sex, Mazzy. Quite literally, G.I. Joe.
Okay, I got my answer.
Okay.
Do we get extra points for saying who said that? Who said it?
No, but you'll get our respect, our undying gratitude for having this kind of knowledge at your disposal.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, it's Goldfinger, Sean Connery. You're correct. You're both correct. It is in the movie Goldfinger. And if you recall, Bond is in a cab. He's discussing something like a war martini. And he says, like listening to the Beatles without having headphones on or earmuffs to, cover your ears from it. So it was kind of a shot at the Beatles because the Beatles were young and, and new and upcoming. And, it was kind of,
and as a payback, they put the James Bond theme at the beginning of Help on the U.S. soundtrack.
Can I ask Harry a trivia question for no points? Can we take a little break? We need to have like a seventh inning stretch here.
Sure.
A little break, little workout. Okay, Harry. Who wrote and sang the song I Hate the Beatles?
Oh.
Who wrote it and sang it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, it's to the tune of Pop Goes the Weasel.
What label was it on?
Warner Brothers.
I'm going to say Frank Zappa.
I hate the Beatles. No, it's Alan Sherman.
Alan Sherman.
Oh.
That wouldn't that make sense? Wouldn't that Sherman be able to pull that
Because
off?
that would have been 1964.
You may know this because I've asked this before.
Yeah.
But
James Farley.
John and Paul each wrote a song with the same title.
John and Paul
woman. Except Paul wrote it under the name
Paul
Bernard
Webb.
Bernard Webb. Holy,
and
so
he gave it. And
but there's also another 45 with another name besides Bernard Webb, and I never knew that till recently.
Paul Ramon.
No, I don't think it's Paul Ramon.
Apollo C. Vermouth. That's he did that for the Bonzo Dog Band, the Urban Spaceman.
Yeah, they were always doing that because they were under contract, so they'd have if they were going to contribute outside.
Well, the stuff they wanted to do for the who did Woman? It's Peter and Gordon, right?
Peter and Gordon.
Yeah, they would Epstein. They wanted them to write all these songs for all the other groups like Cilla Black and Peter and Gordon.
Frank goes Bernard, James goes Apollo C. Vermouth. So, our audience is very informed as well.
George Harrison, what is his name? George O'Hara, and Harry Georgeson.
Yeah, he had different names for different things he was doing. Okay, do you guys want to keep going?
Yeah.
Let me just.
Now, you okay, Mass?
I'm just little stretching,
okay.
little stretch.
Yeah, just to loosen up. Okay, just take your time, guys.
Okay.
That's exciting. Okay, gentlemen.
I'm pumped. Conclave. The conclave has begun.
Okay, we're the vinyl community. On vinyl, what is Ringo?
What number question is this?
Oh,
is there even a chance of me coming back?
Yeah, of course. There's a huge chance.
Okay.
Biden won.
And we're on number 19. Question 19. And it's out of 25.
There's a chance.
There's a chance, outside chance. You're a late comer. Come on, Kamala. Okay, here we go. You're going to do it, Harry. 19. On vinyl, what does Ringo consider to be his finest performance? If Ringo was to sit down and go, you got to go listen to me on this album, or, and then you just
objection. This calls for speculation.
Yeah, it does.
Well, he's recorded as saying it a number of times.
I know it.
Well, so what he thinks is his best song?
Yeah, what Ringo's got frequently in numerous interviews said, if you have, I like that.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. I'm going to take a wild guess at this one.
Boys, Rain. Mazzy again. There's no stopping Mazzy.
I thought you said a song he sang.
No, he didn't say sang.
No, I said no.
This time I listened because
his finest performance.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. That is
he only
some
talked
great
about the drumming on Rain.
Mr. Stickermania with Rain. Rick's goes, in my opinion, Ringo's best drumming was on the album Revolver. Yeah, it's spectacular.
This is fixed. This is rigged.
Hey, buddy. Hey, Raph.
We're going to recount.
Are you joining MAGA now? Everything's fake and everything's set up.
Oh, settle down. My God. Listen, guys, you're
Good
doing
to see you,
Can I
Raph.
see the scoreboard for the children? Okay, Harry, let's take a look where you are. Now, I think I'm holding out a lot of hope for you. Okay, it's 10.5 to 5.5. Okay. You're basically, Mazzy's twice as good as you, but that's okay.
This is like the last time this happened was Nixon McGovern.
It's Nixon McGovern all over. It's Dewey for president. All right, here we go. Holy smokes.
Oh,
yeah. Okay. And I got a quote here. It says, Ringo considers his best drumming performance to be on the album song Rain, Beatles song Rain. He's repeatedly stated that his drumming on this song was exceptional and one of his favorite performances. The song's unique drumming style, which sounds like rain on a tin roof, and the false ending at around 2:30 are often cited as highlights of the performance. Okay, this next one's really out there, but this quiz is really out there. In the 1978 comedy, Beatles-centric comedy called I Want to Hold Your Hand by Robert Zemeckis, there is a trivia question about the Beatles. Can you name the trivia question? And bonus, can you answer it? Okay.
Okay. All I'm going to say,
Name it and answer the trivia
I'm
question.
not, but I remember it was a radio show. They were trying to get tickets, and they kept calling. I remember the moment, but I don't remember the question. And it was kind of a trick question, but that girl knew the answer. Dodie knew the answer.
I don't know. I have no idea on this one.
I know the whole scene, but I don't remember the question.
Yeah, he's all over it.
I'm going to pass because I don't know the answer, but I know the scene.
Harry?
I don't know.
Okay, Peanut Gallery. Anybody got it? But don't just name the film. Don't name the question. I'm going to give the question, and then they've got to answer it.
Yeah, I Want to Hold Your Hand. That was the Zemeckis film that Spielberg produced.
Correct.
It takes place on the day of the Beatles Come to America, the Ed Sullivan show.
Ed Sullivan. Ed Sullivan uses the Lord's name in vain because
the guy that did the Affleck duck commercial too.
Yeah, that little character is in there.
I think.
Okay, what's the answer?
Okay, so the trivia question is, who is both at the same time the oldest and youngest Beatle?
Oh, Ringo.
Oh, Ringo.
Right. Okay, point each for the boys. They got a point for that because that's the actual trivia question.
But you didn't. Okay. All right.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's move it along. Which Beatles, number 21, which Beatle relative was the first to release a single or an LP following the Fab Four's breakout success? And you'll get an extra point if you can name the song or the album. Now, it may not have been an album. It may not have been, it's either going to be a single or an album, whatever came first. But one of the Beatles' relatives.
It's a single. It's a single.
And it's on a label it's on several labels, but one of the labels is a Seattle label.
Yeah. Patrick knows this one. Spring Hill Jim's got his own trivia. John's father in my life.
It's my life.
It's my life. Okay. So Mazzy got both, but they're close enough, right? You guys.
No, he just used the Beatles song. Yeah. It wasn't the Beatles song.
Okay, it wasn't that. John was embarrassed to learn.
I'm going to call.
Yeah.
Bullshit on this.
Okay, so hold on. Oh, you want to play that? Show your answer again. No, it's That's My Life. Not it. So you're both wrong. It's that. So we're going to, but I'm going to, because you're close enough, you're both getting a point for it. Okay. 2 points each.
Ready, Leonard. I have this. I have
the relative.
So you're saying there's a chance.
How about a half?
Okay, we'll give them a half each. So we're going to give you a half point each. All right. Harry deserves this.
Hey, well, what label? In the U.S., it was on Jordan Records out of Seattle.
I have that. I have a copy of it. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so the story is John was embarrassed to learn that Alfred had made a record, That's My Life, and subtitled My Love and My Home. It was released 31 December 65. John asked Eppie to do anything he could to stop it being released or becoming a hit. The record never made it onto the charts. Okay. Question.
He slammed the door on his father's.
So you guys both did great with that. Okay.
They did kind of make up a little bit though later. John gave him some money and just said, please go away.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, whoa, look at this. Patrick Sweden, what was the song? What song was the B-side on that thing?
I couldn't tell you that.
Yeah, that's tough.
B-side to C-side?
B-side, from here to how many? All right, here we go, boys. Let's read this.
That's my life story.
Oh, okay. Now the Beatles were known for their song. They had their, their posse, their intimates. Who was the house hippie? And what book did the house hippie write? What was the name of the book that the house hippie wrote?
Okay.
That's a two-part question, a point each.
If they don't get this one,
come on.
Oh,
take your time, Harry. You're not young anymore. Just take as much time as you need, but not too much time.
I know the book. I just can't think of the author.
Huh. Well, write down the book. You even got 1 point.
Okay.
Okay, Mazzy is looking pretty smug. The longest cocktail party is the full title. Richard Diallo, full points, 2 points, Mazzy, 1 point for Harry. Okay. You think guys good? Richard Diallo. And
it's got the name Cocktail in it. Of course I'm going to remember.
I love it. It's one of my favorite Beatles books.
But you'll only read that book once.
Once at a time. Once a day.
I had the great privilege of talking to Joey Mullen, lead of
Apple to the Core is a different book.
That's a whole different other book.
Yeah, that's a separate.
Yeah.
Isn't that the subtitle?
That
might be the subtitle.
Rick Spinner's on it, the longest cocktail party.
Well, he's already said he's using Google.
Rick's is using like he's okay.
He's Googler. All right. Guys, question number 23. Another two-parter. Who's Matt Busby? And part 2, what song is he mentioning by the Fab Four? Who's Matt Busby? Take your time with it. Matt Busby.
He's.
Oh man, I'm having a brain fart. I'm hearing the song. Yes. I'm hearing the song.
Yes.
I only got half of it.
That's okay. You're done. Remember, none of us is yet.
I forgot who Matt Busby is.
Like a Rolling Stone.
Just take
like the FBI and the CIA.
Oh,
I can't think of it.
Oh my God.
Can I?
Yes.
Dig It. The song is Dig It. And what did Harry? Did you have anything?
No, I couldn't think of it.
Okay, listen. He's quoting from the song though. Can we give Harry a half point? Because for
what's
the song,
who was Matt Busby though?
The question. Everybody in the peanut gallery, tell him who Matt Busby is. Matt Busby. Dig it. That's what he yelled. John comes out. He goes, Matt Busby. Dig it.
I forgot who that is. Yeah.
Daddy Bob goes, there's so much pressure when the camera's on you. Torres gets the roots. Phase 1 in which Torres gets the roots.
So who's Matt Busby?
I'm letting the peanuts tell you. Can you repeat the question? Who's Matt Busby, for the love of God?
I think it's Mr. and Mrs. Busby's son.
Yeah, 4D Man's correct. He's a Munich air disaster survivor. And if you're surviving the Munich air disaster, what is your profession most likely to be? Exactly. Bill Codville, football manager, Man United, the infamous tragedy 23, I think it may have even gone up, of athletes were killed landing in Munich airport in 63, something like that. And it was devastating. And it one of these remarkable sports tragedies. Sir Alexander,
I was told that there was going to be easy questions as well.
I gave you some easy ones.
You did? I missed those.
The last concert, the first 3 Canadian Beatle albums.
The Beatle hippie.
Well, yeah, for a Canadian.
The House Hippie.
How come they didn't eat each other like was it Argentinian soccer team?
Question 24. We're coming in now. This is one for Harry. Harry, put your thinking cap on. 24. We're almost. Yeah, he was a manager. He's a Scottish footballer. Manager, Man U. First English team to win the Euro Cup '68. Rachel, I'm having juice now, says Loki. Loki, that's just fantastic. He's having a juice. Okay, now let's get back.
I think I'm going to have these trivia questions. I announced today my starting in June, I'm going to do a Patreon. I'm teasing it. So maybe I'm going to have these kind of trivia things on a Patreon. So if you want to see more of these, you got to.
Yeah.
I think it'd be a good idea to get Mr. Mayo and Frank involved in this.
Oh boy, they'd be deadly. Okay, guys, get ready. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, we need a big 10-pointer. I like that idea.
Okay, here you go. Wow, that's
what number is this?
This is number 24. This is the penultimate question of the most incredible quiz. Gentlemen, and then we'll go do a score count before we go into the final. Okay, we'll tally up. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. What was Frank Sinatra's? And I need you to focus on looking at me for this because it's part of you're not going to get it right.
Okay.
Look up, way up. I'll call Rusty. Now, okay, here we go. What was Frank Sinatra's favorite Lennon-McCartney song?
Oh, that's easy.
No, sure, Harry. Well, now it's too easy. Look at you go. Look at you go. Okay. Hold on. Don't give it to Mazzy. Okay. Something. Double corrections. They did it so good. Yeah, he famously, said, "Oh, my favorite Lennon-McCartney song is something." And of course, the irony in that is that it's a George Harrison.
And what's the song that George wrote and says about in one of his solo records? This is not part of this.
Yeah.
Talks about this song's for you, Frank. Like he wanted Frank to do a song.
Oh, okay.
Don't know.
Okay. It would be I Done It My Way.
Far East Man.
Far East Man. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, with one question in the barrel.
It's close. It's close.
It's 17-10. It is actually pretty close when you think there's 25 questions. Mazzy, that's a pretty high percentage. If I was marking in school, Harry, you're at a C-. You may fail. You may have to repeat.
The one question
you're going to go into the next grade.
The one question that I should have got because I didn't listen to the end was
the last concert.
Baby.
August 29th.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is our final question. This final question comes to us by way of Wolfie, who was very kind enough to help me with this. And I thought
that explains a lot.
I thought it was great.
One question.
This is just one question. He just came in with one question. This is a question he contributed. Hold on. Follow up to that question, Mazzy. What Lennon solo song did John write with Frank in mind?
Oh, I don't remember.
What song did Bruce Springsteen write for Elvis Presley, but never gave it to him?
Oh, Blinded by.
I knew that too, but
Fire.
Oh.
And he gave it to, and the Pointer Sisters, and he gave it to the Pointer Sisters.
Wow.
Or was it Fever? Anyways, it started with an F.
Fever went to Southside Johnny. The Fever.
So I want to thank Wolfie, our good friend Wolfie, for the inspiration on this final question. I put it out in my Patreon last night, so I need one question from you just to wrap it up.
Okay.
And the question is this: who came up with the expression, "It's been a hard day's night"?
Oh, that's really?
Yeah.
Really?
Come on, Wolfie.
Come on, really? I like it.
Did your daughter come up with that one?
Okay, let's hear what you got there, geniuses. Don't show anything. Everybody, Spring Hill, no cheats. Richard Stalky. Ringo, you're both wrong. You are both wrong.
No.
This is why it's a brilliant question. Most will attribute this to Ringo, but it actually appears in John Lennon's poem, Poor Michael, from his book In His Own Right, published in March.
Yeah, but that's no. He might have written that, but when they were writing the song, Ringo said that.
No, it's John Lennon. James Farley is acknowledging it's John Lennon.
Wrong.
We could go to a tie break.
He wrote that. Let's get a bonus question. He wrote that, but Ringo said it, and Ringo said it. So
here's a question. Okay. Who gave Paul the idea for 8 days a week?
8 days a week. 8 days a week.
I forgot. I know
that. Is it Mal Evans? Is that a Mal?
Alf Bickle.
Alf Bickle.
The chauffeur. Paul's chauffeur. Well, Paul, not Alf. It was Paul's chauffeur.
Alf was John's.
How's it going? He goes, we've been working 8 days a week.
I understood we wouldn't be dealing with
Alf
that.
is John's later chauffeur.
Yeah.
And
So it's a good question. Wolfie came up with the question. But no, apparently Lennon predates the Hard Day's Night. It predates it because it appears in the book.
Yeah, but
published in March.
But that's not what they were thinking about when they wrote the song. That's the thing.
Right.
Well,
they all said those words as they were growing up. They said hard, they said days, they said night. And
okay, for bonus.
I knew this would just end up like this. I knew.
Okay, hold on, Harry.
Shut up.
Here we go, guys. Settle down. I got a way out for us all. What does the expression "a hard day's night" mean?
Well, that's it. It's been a long day. It's a hard day, but then it's night. He stops. It's a hard days, but it's night. It's been a long day.
And I should be sleeping like a log, but I've been working like a dog.
We're burnt out. We're making movies.
You've got part of the thing. You got part of the answer right. Mazzy, you're partially right, but you stopped too soon. It's when you're working, so it's been a hard day's night, meaning you're working all day and into the night. You're still working, but it's nighttime. I'm still at it. So it's been hard days tonight. I'm still working.
I'm not asking for that. I don't care about not getting that question, but I think that's the wrong answer Rachel had. So.
Well, can we go to the AI? Go ask Google.
I'm surprised I got that many right.
Google it. Yeah.
Hey Siri, who came up with the term "a hard day's night"?
What Beatle?
The phrase "a hard day's night" was coined by Ringo Starr, the drummer of the Beatles. This is from
Well, we could go with that.
Okay, what can you do?
And this is a computer. This is official. This is
got to be real because it's on the internet.
Well, no, but I mean that's not bad. I mean, like that's what generally people think, but that's the kind of thing. Hey, I got my buddy. What's going on here? Oh, okay. Oh God. The people are
okay. Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
What was the first Beatles album I bought with my own money?
What was the first Beatles album that he done?
I would say for you, it was Hard Day's Night.
Yes, that's right.
Do I get a point?
He gets a point.
Hey, that's another point. Ladies and gentlemen, the final tally is a very respectable for both gentlemen.
Winner.
And you know what? I really did make these things tough for you guys, right? 18
you
to
did.
11. And, you know, they're challenging, but they weren't meant for, you know, like they weren't for novice people. What the hell, Harry? What's going on?
I don't know. I'm trying to fix it.
Look.
Stick with it. There. Okay. He's got 11 to 18 is our final score. I thought this was really good. You guys did good. They weren't easy for the most part.
They were very tough questions.
But I tried to make them a little tougher because I knew you guys were very knowledgeable about your Beatles stuff. And in fact, just to show you or to prove to that point, some of the stuff and reference points you were making, I had no clue about. You know, Alfred Bickle. Like I'd heard the name, but you know,
he wrote a book.
That was later.
Crying out loud.
Yeah, I know, but so, you know, Richard Diallo did.
I would like to thank the members of the Academy. I would like to thank Kamala Harris for all the hard work she did and the honesty she maintained.
What's known as an honest
campaign. I'd like to thank Canada for staying strong and saying we're not for sale. I'd like to thank.
Never say never.
The winner does get this book, this wonderful book.
Oh,
you have to buy them. You have to buy them in the secondary market, and they're cheap. They'll probably cost you more to ship them than to buy them.
Wyoming Dave goes, I was watching some very tough questions in that one.
Well, I would like to say thank you, Rachel, for hosting.
Yeah,
thank you, Mazzy, for joining in on it, and thank you everybody who watched. I appreciate it. It's been a lot of fun. And I really would like to see this continue with Mazzy and Frank and maybe Mr. Mayo.
Wow, that'd be a
three people up there.
Frank would beat me.
Frank would pound the crap out of all of us.
He knows those details. I don't know the details anymore, usually. I know the, you know.
John Marino, what the hell are you talking about? Too trivial. Holy smokes. Wow, that was great fun.
Okay. And we came in at a little over an hour.
Mazzy.
Final words, Mazzy?
I just want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart. I really appreciate it. Rachel, thank you very much.
Yes.
Harry, you're a gem, even though no one can pronounce Puyallup. Are we going to have a Springsteen version of this?
Oh, that'd be fun.
I'm not really good at that, I don't think. But you'd be surprised, maybe.
And I'm still waiting for you to play your reel-to-reel.
Yes, I want to do that soon. So,
thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Mazzy. A lot of fun. Thank you, Vinyl Community. It's great seeing everybody. Yeah, let's do it again sometime.
Okay.
Boof.
Ciao, everybody.
Good job, Harry.
Hey, thank you.